Der Doktor ist... I tore my hands will stop trembling in a moment.
It's tougher than a whole army. The good news is, at least now you know what you're up against. Good luck.
My God. This operation has gone kaput in my absence. Pain is fleeting. Scars are forever.
This Shadowsmith's name is Dravacar, but others call him To Forge. You can call him, please don't step on me.
He's a big enough target. All we require is the right projectile.
The bad people here made things that kill people all the way across the sea. Terrible things.
Well, we didn't come here fishing for compliments. Such primitive brutality. Not really. I quite like it. Yeah! Eidskalen, my proving grounds, site of my greatest triumph. Look at it now. I would weep were I not made of sterner stuff. Some people say power corrupts. I do hope so. It has been far too long since my machine saw any
Eidskalen power grid restored. These robots are here performing self-diagnostic. Ejection suits cleared and ready for use. Going to the right.
He won't be back. Gone forever.
I really should have selected my staff more diligently. Take a swing at me? You'd better not miss. Oh, fuck off! I always aim for the mouth!
Welcome back, Oberstgruppenführer. Searching for signal.
This feels familiar. And I can't put my finger on it.
Signal acquired. Stand by.
I assure you, this will work. We just may not live to see it. Nature can be very, very cruel. As can I. Did you feel the icy hand of death upon your shoulder? I expected more from Oberfuhrer Eisenwald. Not a fool couldn't hold back. Ah, he did look pleased. Look at what I got! Isn't it amazing? Luck comes in threes. Where are my other nice things?
Warning. Missile guidance system error. Proceed to broadcast hub for signal calibration.
I'm very familiar with non-tongue. This chain looks positively ancient.
Alert, insufficient power. Laser system offline.
Like frozen moths to the flame. Nasty. I don't like inflicting pain. I love it. It's a Shadow Smith's withhold my restoration just so that goes with these words. I know some of the Dutch puppets be housebroken. Hands, she's shaking.
Tear them to pieces!
Your little breeze could not save you from annihilation.
He's hungry. He's always hungry.
March up!
Wunderbar! Some things take time to grow on. This will be quick. They do say that misery loves company. Like ripe fruit bursting under mine heel! Of course have to take this entrance. Pride I felt in this operation has all but vanished. What remains feels most unfamiliar. Could this be regret? I am like a mule! At least in terms of stubbornness.
Insta-kill!
Yeah, you should fall down. Oh, I have always had stamina. Just so I could float properly. Perf machine here.
Fetch me their souls!
Ah, yeah. You must be from the lab. To your advantage, but not to me. Isn't it just like a bear to give me exactly what I need?
This reminds me of... Yeah, me too.
At last! The Aesir have sent the warriors I prayed for. Take their flame. Let's cleanse Eidskalen of this invader scum!
Believe it or not, Astrid used to fight Nazis. I think she still does.
She's a pain in the ass, baby. She's a pain in the ass now.
Odin once smiled on us. Group 935 put their boots on our necks. They offended the Odin. They stole holy relics from my shop. Back!
what to do.
They failed to recognize the power. For now, the Russians
Even my The arrogant water bug has been
straight left. Now, onto the lighthouse.
when I inspected his lighthouse. Tough titties.
The Jotun star is only for the worthy. Use it to break Dravakar's wall. The forge must be freed!
May this give Dravakar half as much power as that woman gave me. You feel the icy hand of death upon your shoulder. The vibrant blood-red spray is a celebration of their dead! So many bodies, so little time! Inflicting pain. I love it.
Here? Well, shit. I just lost $10.
had dysentery
Have a
before.
place in the warm
Not
heart
an
of
experience I
Anaheim.
have
They had
to
better.
repeat.
Full power!
David Spleety's scars are forever.
Max ammo!
Who needs a perk machine? That is significantly more invigorating than my usual coffee. Hooray for us! Especially me! I quite like it. Finally, a weapon worthy of my blessed hand. I am a weapon of mass destruction.
Points! Max
Stop and smell the flowers. The flowers of death. Perk machine here. You take a swing at me? You'd better not miss.
pieces!
Beautiful, mein frigid soul. I abhor such primitive brutality. Not really. I quite like it.
Max ammo!
Who needs a perk machine? Oh, see what it does now. Take a swing at me? You better not miss. Bear no fruit. Feel the icy hand of death upon your toes. Turf machine here!
Paying attention at orientation!
I will stab you in the eye if I want to!
You know what that means?
It's a party.
Because you are getting it down.
I think I'm getting brain freeze! You will know me by the bodies I leave in my wake.
Let's free their souls!
You should fall down! Are there any grave diggers around here? Surely they must be in high demand.
Box up!
didn't corrode the can. Everyone else still alive! Please wait your turn!
Full power! Insta-kill. Max armor. Tear them to pieces!
Part of me is tempted to shove it straight back in. Not because it's a fault, doesn't make it personal. For me, 5 stars. A very enjoyable match. Would recommend. Is that it? Has my pack been thoroughly punched? Some things take time to grow on. I don't like it. I love it. Now they're getting somewhere. Where? Who knows? You feel the icy hand of death upon your shoulder. Are there any grave diggers around here? Surely they must be high fast.
free their souls!
Take a swing at me? You better not miss. That was fun. I don't know what it was.
Max ammo!
Rampage Inducer here. I know, these vines bear no fruit. Pain is fleeting, scars are
them to pieces!
Some things take time to grow on you. This will be good. Don't like this pain. I love it.
Aristotle once observed, law is order, and good law is good order. A seemingly simple concept, but the realities of making those good laws and enforcing them have troubled society since time immemorial. From community service to capital punishment, everyone has a view on how we protect the innocent and punish the guilty. Is one man's law another man's tyranny? Is justice available to all? Does prison work? Should we lock up lawbreakers and throw away the key, or does that fail to address the root causes of crime? To discuss these questions and more, I'm joined by Stephen Merchant, award-winning writer and graduate of the University of Warwick.
Hello.
And Carl Pilkington. Look at that fucking head.
Right.
So, Carl, law and order.
Not that interested in it, to be honest.
What do you mean?
I've got no interest in law and order whatsoever. It's not part of my life. That's the problem. You keep picking topics that don't buzz me.
Of course they do.
They don't.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
You're a man quite obsessed with law and order.
Based on what?
Well, law and order is basically to protect the innocent, isn't it? I mean, when we think of law and order, we usually think of crime and punishment, but it's all about protect our person. We have the right to walk the streets without getting mugged. When someone wrongs us, we want justice. It's fundamental. And you do. You were sitting in your old flat in London, phoning me every day that you wanted to go downstairs and smack their heads in for being late and shouting around and being drunk, and you could hear it. You wanted some justice.
Yeah, but nothing would have happened if I'd called someone up and said there's people doing noise pollution. Even though there's a law for noise pollution now, it's not really taken seriously, is it? Well,
but you are concerned with law and order.
No,
you
but
wanted
there's no
your
point.
rights, and you ended up moving. He's moved here now. He's moved to lovely sunny Hampstead, just down the road from us. So you're having a better life.
Yeah,
so
but I shouldn't have to move because of some noisy people.
No, you shouldn't. But I'm saying you were stressed.
No one cares, though.
And you wanted justice, but you thought you couldn't get justice, so you moved away.
Yeah, so I dealt with it in my way.
Yeah,
I hated them.
Right.
Because they didn't care about anyone else.
Exactly.
But the police wouldn't get involved. There's other people who live round there who had to put up with it. No one cared.
So what did it feel like every night when you were trying to watch telly, and it's hot and you got the window open, or?
No, you could just hear stuff, and you know, it's that thing of you get a lot of tourists in London, so they're talking. It's not even as if you can listen in to what they're saying and have a view on their opinion because they're foreign.
Would that be entertaining for you?
Well, yeah, because if you can hear what people are saying, you go, yeah, that's a
Switch the
good point.
telly off.
Oh, you know, there's some
I
sort
don't
of...
want to hear anyone talking. I'll tell you what, I really feel sorry for people with, like, neighbours from hell. Because it's, I mean, you know, I'm not saying it's justified, but I can see why people go mental with someone when they're bullied or no one cares. And when you can't go to the police, you can't go to the police and go, there's a bloke next door, he's got his telly on too loud, he's always pissed, he's shouting about, if you don't do something, I'm going to go around there and crack his head in. You'll be the one that...
But isn't it your own fault for living in central London?
Well, not really, because it wasn't always like that. I've been there years, and then all of a sudden, you know, good fellas turn up. They sat down there making a racket. What can you say to them? You call down, they can't hear the phone ringing.
Could I just say that Goodfellas wasn't a pizza joint? He called the loud people that because he thought they were gangsters.
Right,
they did what they wanted and sat outside and...
Yeah.
So, but it's louder, I think it is louder abroad than it is here. Whenever I go away on holiday, I always notice that it's always a couple of decibels higher.
Really?
Always. Like the sound of bird noises and that are louder abroad. Because they're trying to get not above the noise of the noisy people.
No, that's not true.
They are. When I was in, where was it? Menorca or something. It was like lying there. If it wasn't a noisy local, it was the people in the villa next door. If it's not them, they suddenly collected the bottles from the bottle bank. That's a nice noise when you're just relaxing. The bottle bank. Not that there where the villa is. So that was a racket. There was always something. There was just so much noise.
Animals, creatures.
You can't escape. It's the one thing you can't escape. Your ears never turn off.
No.
They're always there.
But I've told you before, wear earplugs if you have to.
I don't like it.
But he doesn't like... He says he can hear the sound of his own heart.
Well, there's always a sound. Like your eyes, you can close them. My eyes close all the time, and if I don't like the look of something, no, but if I don't like the look of something, they close before even I've thought about if I want to see it or not.
What do you think? What do you think exactly?
I just mean if I see something on the telly or like one of those casualty programs, it's like my eyes know that I'm not going to like the look of it.
No.
So they close quicker. My ears, they seem to be interested in everything. Even though I'm not.
What I mean is, you can't close your ears.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't.
what I'm saying.
Exactly, yeah. You can't. You can never.
So that's why
I like the idea that your eyes are closing when you... Oh, I was watching that.
Yeah,
what are you doing, eyes?
Have your eyes ever closed something that you're going to think
No, they normally get it right.
Your eyes aren't making any decisions. You're making decisions. You turn away because you don't like seeing something. You don't turn away, and then you're going, what was that? And your eyes go, you don't want to know. You do not know what I mean.
Look at her tits here.
Just mean noise pollution is the one thing you can't escape.
It seems to me, from what you've said so far, is that these things happen to you and you feel wrong, but you either want to close your eyes and ears so you can't tell it's happening, but it's carrying on, or move away from it so you're not a victim anymore, but it's carrying on. But the thing about law and order is, you don't have to take it, you don't have to walk away. You can do something about it, you can combat being wrong. I suppose we associate that with justice. It's not just punishment or retribution, it's justice. You want to know that you're valued.
You know, this is a big issue, isn't it, Rick? You know, is one life more important than another? If you've transgressed in a terrible way, you've murdered, raped, whatever, and I say I'm going to put you to death because you do not belong in this society. You are too transgressive. What's to stop me? Why is that wrong? Why is that a morally wrong thing to do?
Well, this is an interesting argument, isn't it? Whether capital punishment. I don't agree with execution, state execution of someone, whatever they've done, for many reasons. But the main one is, I don't think you can have a state that shows that sort of violence against an individual, whatever they've done, and expect people to accept the very code and morality of treating people equally and not showing violence towards them.
Carl, where do you stand on the tricky issue of capital punishment? You've given it some serious thought, I imagine.
So what you're asking me, like, should he be on death row?
Well, should someone flip the switch, send him to his death in the electric chair?
Yeah.
Least considering.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a little bit of flipping lines. I don't know what. Just take us through the mental process that you arrived at the yes with. Yeah. So you know, I remember because there was quite a brief gap there.
I just was thinking, it's not a nice job if you work in there and you've got to flick the switch.
Right.
But I was wondering if it's possible to just do it so it's linked up to someone's switch.
What do you mean?
When they put the lights on or something. So it's like sometimes tonight when the sun goes down and people start putting the lights on their house, it could happen. But we don't know what household, they might be away on holiday. You might get an extra 2 weeks. But at least that way, because for me, the work
Did you say that?
This is not. The question I asked was whether we were talking about the morality of whether you put someone to death.
But he was thinking about
Literally the practicality of flipping the switch.
Well, no, I think that aren't you talking about the integrity of the person who knows or knows not that they put someone to death, like a firing squad, like what they used to do sometimes in the First World War when they had 6 riflemen, but 5 were blanks and one had and no one knew
if they were the person that killed them.
Yeah.
So, but my point is, you do agree that someone should be put to death for a terrible crime, do you?
You've got to have something there to stop them people who don't care, haven't you? Nature's done it in a way with bees. They've gone, we'll give you a weapon, if you use it, you die. And that's like the bee. So they're worried they're going to go, I'm not going to
We do, won't we? We have people saying, one, you can't do that. That's step 1. Here's the law. Don't do it.
There's a lot of people who go, I'm not bothered about the law. I'm not bothered about annoying people.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
For them, at the end of the scale, you've got the chair. Stick the wires on the head, and we'll fry your head. And you go, oh God, I don't want that.
That doesn't always work, does it, with being put to death? As a deterrent, and most of the crimes aren't just crimes of gain with that. Some of them are crimes of passion, where a deterrent doesn't count because you see red and you go crazy and you're angry and you kill someone. I think a lot of those crimes, the deterrent isn't relevant. Things like armed robbery, maybe, where it's a risk what can I get versus what am I crime? Maybe then it might be a deterrent. But then, of course, if you start to get a capital punishment for crimes that aren't murdering someone, then that thing brings in you might as well murder them, because then you've got more chance of getting away with it. So it's very delicate what you make people be killed for.
You made an interesting and amusing argument there, Rick. I'm looking forward to hearing the riposte.
Right. When I was younger, I used to nick Mars bars.
Okay.
Now, I did that then, and I knew that even if I get caught, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to prison over that. But it was worth nicking because of Mars bars, they're like 45 pence.
Sure.
When you're a kid, you can get a lot of chewing nuts from that.
Chewing them.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, they like caramel covered in chocolate. Flat baked. Quite hard.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you suck the chocolate off and then you've got to chew them until they're... Yeah, I know, yeah.
Now, I could afford them at 10 pence a bag. They'd last me sort of a morning. Mars bar was a proper treat. There's a lot going on in there. Chocolate, lot caramel. I say 45 pence.
Yeah.
So, to me...
That was like an advert that went wrong just at the end. They started off good, they go, this bloke's good, so you go there. Mars bars, a lot in it, it's like, oh good, keep going, yeah, it's got caramel, it's like, yeah. But it's 45 pence, you still don't get much, so fucking nick it, you're gone.
But, when I was younger, that was worth a risk. Because I knew that I'd be getting something worth 45 pence for free.
You weren't going to get the electric
and I wasn't going to get done. So the stakes were high, the risks were low.
No, wait. The stakes were high, the risks were low. The stakes weren't high. The stakes are what can happen to you, and the risk. The stakes and the risk are the same. The risk is the stake, okay? Yeah, unless you're nicking meat from a butcher's, then the stakes are high and the risk is low. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but what you meant was the game was high.
The game was high.
Yeah.
The game was high.
Yeah, the risk is low. But it's not, wasn't it? Because 45p isn't a lot unless you're a kid. It is when you're a kid. But then surely getting caught for nicking a Mars bar higher when you're a kid.
No, it's not. Look, you see, most of the time, I didn't want to say which shop it was that I nicked from, but it's where I did the paper. Now the thing is...
So nicking from your own box?
Listen, I used to
That is terrible. That is terrible.
This is all gone. Hang on, I want to hear... No, I want to hear him rationalise these
Because that sweet old man, he used to give...
He's not an old man. I used to go around and wake him up. Like, he hated running that place. If anything, I'd say I was his best asset.
Not really.
He was nicking from him. He was nicking from him.
I don't know how much he made on papers, but he'd probably go 45p profit. Hold on.
They got their papers really early because I got up early.
Yeah.
I used to go round to a shop.
Half a day helps you work, rest, and steal.
So I used to go round there, wake him up, and be like, "What are you doing round here so early?"
So I'm just hungry. What? I'm just hungry for work. No. Oh well, who's one bit? I'm just going to turn away a minute. While you stand there in front of the confectionery. I'll turn away now, and I'll look back now and it's the papers. And thanks so much, Carl. You're a lovely kid.
Honourable and trustworthy.
Yeah, I can't really afford to.
I've been betrayed so many times.
Yeah.
I've been waiting along with you. You know, you went off with the head.
Yeah. I mean, at least I've got a friend. I've got one young friend. Turn up early. Oh God, it's just brilliant. Oh, and Carl, help yourself.
Someone's been nicking Mars.
Yeah, I know it's not you because I trust you implicitly in that. And by the way, Carl, why don't you send a Mars bar for free? Oh, thanks.
Well, I know that.
No.
So I'm getting 50 pence a day for delivering papers, but I needed the energy.
Right.
Now, if I spent my 50p on a Mars bar, 5p profit a day is not worth it.
No.
So help yourself. I knew I was doing a good job for him.
No, so help yourself. That doesn't follow. So help yourself. Get another job, leave that job, negotiate a pay rise. Not help yourself. But that doesn't go. That's ridiculous. Where does it stop? If you work in a nuclear power plant, they're not paying much. Have a little bit of uranium.
A little bit of uranium.
Yeah.
That's a strange analogy, It's straight from a bloke nicking stuff from work. So where's the car like he's having himself a bit of uranium? What's he doing with uranium?
You know, Mars a day and all that, and that's for energy, and so's uranium. But more energy than a Mars bar. Yeah, I never nicked because I couldn't bear the shame. Even as a kid, I knew that was shameful. I want to clear conscience. I want to go to bed and sleep at night. And I do, Carl. I've got restless leg syndrome, more people shouting out my window. So I sleep at night because I've got a clear conscience. And that, to me, is what guides me.
Well, it's like when I first moved to London and I was travelling, when I was living in Oval, I was travelling across London all the way to Shepherd's Bush every day. That's a big, long, 45-minute, hour-long journey. And there were not barriers at either end in those days. So I could get on the tube at one end and get off the other end and no one ever checked my ticket. And I was buying tickets every day for months and months and months, and it was starting to seem to me weird. It's like, well, no one's ever checking this. So, of course, you know, a little bit lazy. Maybe I stopped buying tickets occasionally, taking the trip back and forth, boom, 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 boom. Then for maybe a month, travelled without a ticket. And then I was coming up, kind of got a bit blasé, obviously. Coming up in an Oval station, someone steps up and says, "Excuse me, can I see a ticket?" And that's terrible because when you're in your mid-20s, it's not like a kid anymore. I mean, you are an adult. You've made a reasoned decision there. You can't plead ignorance. So I said, sorry? Yeah, can you see that ticket, please? Yeah. I was looking through because for some reason I used to keep a lot of old tickets. And I was looking through, pretending to look for my ticket. I don't know what's happened to it, but I did actually. I bought one at Shepherd's Bush, and they went, okay, if we phone up Shepherd's Bush and there's no evidence you buying a ticket, you can go to prison. I'm going to ask you again, have you got a ticket? No.
Oh, no. How embarrassing.
It was unbelievable.
Being told off is worse. It's worse,
well,
isn't it?
it's because there's people walking by and then I'm being told off by a woman who is at least a foot and a half shorter than me, wearing a uniform. And it was so embarrassing. It was so cripplingly embarrassing. Yeah. Last weekend, you got a ticket? No. So you lied? Yes, I did, yeah. Okay, we're going to have to take your details. But honestly, being told, and that's it, it's the shame. Maybe it's a good bit of upbringing. Unlike Carl, obviously, he's a man who's got no guilty conscience at all about the whole Mars bar incident. But whereas you and I, Rick, were raised on my better, and we are, it's been drummed into us, you know.
How much is that train journey?
Is, you know, we do feel that guilt, and that's maybe one of the reasons why we don't transgress. Because this is an interesting, you know, we talked earlier about the murder thing. Well, of course, there's that sort of idea which has often been used in films. You know, in a godless universe, and if you do not feel guilt, what's to prevent you from committing a murder? If you can get away with it, if you can commit a murder, let's say you wanted to, and you can get away with it, there is no one to judge you in a godless universe, and you can live with the guilt. What's to stop you doing it?
Well, I was about to say now, it is a godless universe. As an atheist, there is no God, and I'm a good person, not because I'm going to get rewarded for it in heaven, because that's how I want to live my life in society that treats people like that. So a lot of the laws of the land, not just in the country, in many countries, are from the Bible. I mean, that kicked it off. I mean, there was laws before, obviously, and there were different gods before this one was invented. But let's have a look at the Ten Commandments. I think that lays down most of the. I got them a good rule of thumb. You know, we've got to go along with them. They certainly didn't invent those rules of thumb. I think that mankind were adhering to most of them before it was handed down. So let's have a look at them. There's a website here, a Baptist Christian website forum, and this guy, maybe I shouldn't say his name. I mean, he's put it up there for public, but I don't want to embarrass him. He says, brethren and sistren.
What?
Yeah, so I've learned a word. Brothers and sisters.
Could have said that.
Yeah, he could have said people. It has come to my attention that not only are many of our members unable to correctly recite all the Ten Commandments, probably a big problem, and then he goes around testing and goes, number 3, get out. Go and learn it. But those who can remember, even a few, invariably get the sequence wrong.
Is that important?
Oh, well it is. He says, let me set the record straight. The commandments do not come in a random sequence, with the exception of 7th commandment, an obvious anomaly.
Why?
Well, he reckons that thou shalt not commit adultery at number 7 should really be 6th in terms of severity. Let me explain. The commandments appear in order of severity.
Right.
The harsher the punishment, the closer to the top. I hope this handy colour chart will make the intrinsic beauty of God's word more comprehensible to all. So this is it, he's laid it out. Commandment, number 1, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Okay? Alert level, severe. Punishment, genocide.
Whoa.
Entire cities with men, women, children and animals must be killed. So that's a lovely, nice Christian view there. So if you worship another god before the right god, he doesn't name him by name, he just uses the term god.
Sure.
But there's only one according to this
Genocide.
Yeah, anyone who worships another god, genocide. Entire cities with men, women, children and animals must be killed. I don't know what the animals have ever done, but yeah, okay, so that's number one. That's the most severe, worshipping the wrong god.
Sure.
Okay? Number two, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Okay, no graven images.
That's, I assume, so druids, devil worshippers, anything like that, isn't it?
Well, I think it's also just, I suppose it's kind of images that mock or degrade humanity.
Okay. Severe.
Genocide
Genocide.
again.
That's his favourite there, genocide. Entire cities with men, women, children and animals must be killed.
What worries me is we're a couple of smart guys and we're not entirely sure what that commandment means.
No.
So we could go, but we could accidentally.
Yeah. 3. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Okay. I assume God made these, did he? He's used the first 3 talking about himself. Alert level high. Capital punishment.
Capital punishment, so not genocide, thank God.
No, you're just going to be put to death there, not all your friends and family and dogs.
Sure.
Leave the budgie? No. Number 4. Remember the Sabbath day.
Keep it open.
High.
So alert level high.
Oh yeah, capital punishment. Death.
Capital punishment again.
Yeah,
Forget the holiday.
Well, what makes me laugh is that sometimes you can walk along and you go, oh yeah, alright, I'm just going to, I keep thinking it's Monday. You what? What is Sunday? No, I just death. Number 5. Honour thy father and thy mother. High.
Okay, so and if you don't honour your mother,
Capital punishment. Lot of death. Lot of death at the moment. Yeah. We haven't even got to thou shalt not kill yet, and yet he's killed everyone so far. Now 7, he's put at number 6 here. He's put them out of order 6 and 7 because he thinks this is higher. Thou shalt not commit adultery. High. Capital punishment. Now the fellow who did this website, he's put thou shalt not commit adultery above thou shalt not kill. God had it the other way around. God had thou shalt not kill, but this fella, I reckon his wife played away.
Right.
So he went, right, I'm putting them in different order. Because before, let's see, number 6, he's put thou shalt not kill, alert level, elevated, capital punishment in some cases. So if you murder someone, you can sometimes be killed. If you commit adultery, always dead.
killed.
So I think he's made it that he can have his wife put to death, right? Or he can kill her, but maybe get off with it. That's why he's done that. Number 8, thou shalt not steal, guarded, excessive fines. Only in rare cases capital punishment.
Oh, just excessive fines.
Yeah, excessive. Number 9, thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbour. So basically lying low. Despisement and scorn.
Is that the punishment?
Yeah, for lying. Yeah, despisement and scorn. Yeah. Thou shalt not covet, really. Don't try and get stuff, don't be jealous and stuff and try and get it. Despisement and scorn. I'm just going to go down these, see which ones I commit. Thou shalt have no other god. I don't have any god, so I haven't broken that one. 2, graven images. No, I don't have any graven. I don't accept there's a god. 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord. Again, I don't take his name in vain because I don't believe he exists, so I'm fine there. Remember the Sabbath. I always remember the Sabbath. I've got a calendar every day, so I'm doing that. Honour thy father. Yeah, I do that. Never commit adultery. Don't do that.
Ever killed anyone?
No, never killed anyone. Don't steal. I don't lie, and I don't covet. So I am an amazing Christian.
Pretty clear. Yeah, you're a pretty clean living guy.
Wow. There you go.
Well, whereas, we're Carl giving. What's your view?
Still open.
I'm just going to see that's on there. That's opening other people's posts, alert level low, punishment, embarrassment. You have to walk along with your trousers around your ankle, saying I'm a div.
Why do you open other people's mail?
It's just a fella called Bruce who he's the bloke who used to own the platform, and I don't know, I started off and thought, oh, should I pass it on? You know, 'cause when people move, it's a lot of messing about, you know, where they've gone. So I thought, should I just leave them for a bit and collect some for a bit? And then there was one that sort of said, this is important on top of it. So I thought, how important is it? So I opened it.
What was it? Was it important?
Not really, it's on the tattoo.
What did they say?
It was just something
They
about
said,
it.
oh, we use the A. Can you come in for a little test?
So I just started. I just kind of thought, oh, I'll start opening it, having a look, and it was weird because do you know like how you get fed up of being yourself?
No, but go on.
Well,
I'm intrigued.
Of course.
No, you can just have days where you're like,
I
what
wish
is
I was
going
Brad
on?
Pitt, yeah.
Well, you know, and
Bruce Willis in your case,
well,
isn't it?
well, this bloke was Bruce. So I just go, oh, let's see what, you know, if I was Bruce,
Yeah.
would I be happier being him? Do you know, like how I've said to you before, you never know if you don't feel well because they can't put you in someone else's body to sort of compare.
No, well, most people can just use their imagination.
Yeah, sure.
So I sort of think,
They don't actually need to physically go into someone else's body to understand that it
Yeah,
must be
like
terrible.
Ghost. Yeah, exactly.
so I think, well, would I enjoy being Bruce more?
Sure.
And what have you gleaned from Bruce? He's got a tattoo. We know that.
There wasn't that much. It was mainly busy at Christmas. A lot of Christmas cards, which were good because I didn't get
Yeah.
that
Oh,
many.
yeah. He's
So you put up these
pop 'em
Christmas you put up these Christmas cards.
What, you had Christmas cards hanging in your flat to have a lovely Christmas, Bruce? Auntie Jean. That's crazy.
Well, hang on a minute, because when you put them on your mantelpiece or your shelf or whatever, you're not looking at them every day. It's just a picture of Father Christmas. It doesn't matter who it's to or from.
But why have them up at all?
Well, why not just buy some
make it a
blank...
bit Christmassy.
You can just buy some blank cards and put them up.
Use them every
There's no
year.
point. I have to. Bruce has got a lot of friends.
Yeah,
It was more awkward, right? Because the bloke downstairs, because I used to always collect the stuff for Bruce, I got talking to a bloke who's in the same block, and like he used to see me picking stuff up for Bruce. He'd always say, you know, all right, Bruce.
No.
You've never told him that you're not Bruce?
Well, no point.
In the pub I used to drink in, the landlord got it into his head that I was Steve, right? And
You don't mean me?
No,
You
no,
just
no.
mean to call
Exactly,
Steve?
yeah, no,
Right.
this was before I met you, this was like 25 years ago. And he called me Steve, and it got to the point I couldn't correct him.
Yeah.
Because it would have been embarrassing for him. And so after about 2 years, we were playing cards, and someone said, Ricky, and he went, who's Ricky? And I went, Ricky, and I just went red. He went, what do you mean, Ricky? I went, yeah, that's my name. He went, he said, what do you mean, fucking Ricky? I went, Ricky, and I looked at him, what do you mean? Steve. I went, no, it's not Steve. He said, well, I've been calling you Steve for 2 years. I went, like denying I'd ever heard him call me Steve. Oh, this guy, right? He,
But hang on, did he, what happened? What was the fallout from it?
he's just sort of like, he was a bit confused.
Yeah.
And then I think he still called me Steve for a little while, but sometimes it was Ricky, sometimes it was Steve. It was fine, right? But this guy, right? He was a bank robber. Okay. Yeah, he'd done 17 years in all.
In prison?
In prison, yeah. And I was a bit scared of him. I'm fascinated. He was fine. He was going out. He'd gone straight, totally straight, and he was running this pub. And I remember once he'd tell me stories about it, and he'd go on about his. He did it with 4 people, and they all did time. And he said, but you wouldn't recognise them now. He said they are the most respectable people you'd ever seen. He said, yeah, they're just lovely businessmen, height of sophistication. And he said, you never guess. And then one day he came over to me, busy pub. He went, look, Steve. He said, you know those people that the he said, they are in the pub here now. See if you can guess who they are. I said, you'll never guess who they are. I looked around. I saw 3 blokes in sheepskin coats with tinted hair covered in gold sovereigns and gold necklaces. And I went, no, oh, he went, those 3. I went, you are joking. You are fucking joking. That was his idea of total sophistication. They had tinted beards, but they looked like fat Bee Gees covered in gold and sheepskin. It was unbelievable. I went, oh, that is a surprise. That is a surprise. I thought they were barristers. Oh, unbelievable.
I was always terrified of being mugged when I first moved to London. And you remember, Rick, I had a wallet with all my stuff in, and then I took to carrying a fake wallet.
That's lovely.
Okay, which I had some sort of old library cards and DVD cards, you know, video shop cards and stuff. And like I put a £5 in there, you know. And then I got really anxious because I thought, what if I hand over my fake wallet, and he goes, well, it's a fake wallet. Okay, then I got to hand over the real wallet, but maybe he also punishes me, you know, takes it out on me because he's angry. So then I took to carrying a second fake wallet. So I spent about 2 months carrying 3 wallets around, 2 of which were fake, right? And then, do you know the reason I stopped? Because I thought, what if I give him both fake wallets, I give him one fake wallet, he opens it, he goes, well, this is a fake wallet. I give him the second fake wallet. Now he's going to be twice as angry as he would have been if he only had the one fake wallet. And then I was thinking, what if I do give him the fake wallet, and then he just starts using the library cards and the video cards, you know, and he could run up a huge fine.
Yeah.
I'd be in the same position where I give him the money.
Yeah, I don't believe you'd ever put a £5 in the fake wallet. You wouldn't be willing to. Yeah. I had a run-in with crime. I was ripped off.
Really?
In a big sting operation a few years ago. I was at home and I was rushing out, and the phone went, and it was my bank.
Yeah.
And I went, is that Mr. Vase? I went, yeah. He went, have you recently bought £200,000 worth of gold bullion? And I went, Jane, have we bought £200,000 worth of gold bullion? No, of course not. I went, no. Well, someone's taken that money out of your bank account fraudulently, and they've purchased gold. And I went, right, okay. They went, we'd like your permission to get the CID involved. I went, well, yeah. I said, of course. I said, but hold on, you know it wasn't me then. So do I get the money back? And they went, yeah, all the money will be put back into your bank account. I went, fine. I said, yeah. He went, yeah, fill your boots. And they went, can you come down? I went, oh. So I arranged the time. I went down to the bank. There was the CID there, waiting. And what it turned out was sort of an inside job. Someone who did some sort of random checking of facts. You know, they phone you up and say you're happy with the service. They put down the phone and went, oh, you never guess who I spoke to? That Ricky Gervais.
Right.
And someone overheard. They were involved. They got a payoff from Mr. Big somewhere. It was out of the country. And
but isn't there more? I mean, you can just easily work it out. You can't just walk off with cash. I mean, there must be more elaborate.
Yeah, they did a transaction, didn't they? They okayed the transaction like it was needed for these people, and then these people bought gold with it. And now all they have to do is go and collect the gold. Now this is the tricky bit. So, what they don't know is, now the bank know that it's not me collecting it. Right. So whoever turns up for the gold, they said they'll probably just be, they might even be innocent couriers.
Yes.
But then we'll get, you know, the go-betweens or whatever.
And where is it? Where's gold bullion kept?
I don't know.
It's just
I suppose you go and get it from a vault somewhere, right. and take it away and take delivery of it. I don't know if it literally changes hands or not. So what they need is obviously my passport. So they got the people. So it was going to go to court. Okay, I didn't have to go to court, but I had to go to meeting with the CID for all the details and take it. You know, it wasn't me and all that. So the funny thing was, I'm there with the CID man, and I said, well, how did they think they were going to get away with it? And he said, well, they turn up with a fake passport of yours, show your ID, and I walk away. I went, right, okay. And they said they get a passport from either a dead man, or they steal one, and they replace it with your details and your picture. And the CID man started smirking. And I went, what? He said, the picture they used was this one. And he showed me this fake passport. And I tell you what, I was laughing. Then he started chuckling, and we laughed for about 10 minutes, because all they did was, they cut out the picture on the first series of The Office from the DVD. So it's a picture of David Brent sitting behind the desk with that little smug look on his face. That's my passport and this thing. So, I mean, they might have got caught anyway.
Yeah, it's nice to know that even such, you know, elaborate operations as this, it still comes down to just idiocy, criminal incompetence.
Who was left in charge of getting a photo? They go, you know, Dave, you're doing so and so. So you're Julie, you're on the inside. Bertie, can you get a picture? Yes. You can get a photograph of Ricky Gervais, can you? Yes. Right, okay. Where are you going to HMB for? What are you going to HMB for?
I knew you shouldn't have recruited someone who looks exactly like Bernard Breslau. It's unnerving.
Carl has been kind.
There's always someone doing well out of it. There's always someone, if it's just a little bit short, you'll go on to
But I mean, 3 or 4 times a day, sometimes I call him up and he goes, right, the washing machine's broken, they came round, they've done this, right, they couldn't fix it, they called it charge 90 quid, I called the bank and said, no, they can't do that. Turns out they can't do it. It's like a string of things where it looks like Carl's handing up money, like the end of a comic book. He goes, that's for the broken window, and there's my sausages. It's like the two of people just making money off Carl.
You know, it's normally alright if I'm face to face with him.
Really?
Yeah, if I can sort of, you know, can go in a place, but a lot of stuff now is done on phone.
Yeah.
You know, it's all phone, and there's no one, it's all over the world where you speak to these people.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day about the alarm system. Right, I called them up. It'd be good to get this going again. You know, have an alarm system. I haven't had one for years. Might as well use it. It's there. So call them up and said, yeah, there's an alarm system in this flat I bought. I want to get it going again. What's the situation? So they took all the details and stuff. And they said, right, what you have to do, it's 400 quid a year. The 400 quid a year, what's that for? He said, if the alarm goes off, you can guarantee that a couple will be there in like a minute and a half. So, I don't want that. I'm just happy with the alarm just going on. Obviously, it's a neighbour, no, you can't do that. You've got to have this length. I thought alarms are just not being robbed. You don't understand that.
Yeah, just to get out your system, when you know you've been conned, you just laugh in the face of adversity. I remember it was a couple of days before Christmas, I was going away, but I had a dripping tap and it started dripping more. So there was nothing I could do. The maintenance people were away, the caretakers were, I couldn't get in, and so I called out an emergency plumber. I knew this was going to cost, but the bloke came round. Honestly, he made you look smart. He was like one of those kids who looked like a lumpy child. He was probably 20,
yeah,
but he just looked like, you know what I mean, they'd scaled up a sort of 13-year-old big-faced lad,
yeah,
right? And he came in, and he didn't know how to stop it. He couldn't unscrew it. He went, I don't know what to do. I called my brother, he's there. Just that. I said, Bob, what can I do? He said, you could crush the pipe and then get it cut and fixed when you got. I said, great idea. So I said to the plumber, I said, can we crush the pipe? Oh yeah, I'll go and get a tool. We went down the van, came up with this thing, like a fat sort of little pair of pliers. He wasn't strong enough. So I went, I had a go, I said, look, how do we both do it? So we both put our hand on it, and we managed to crush the pipe, flatten the pipe, cut it off. He put a little thing on the end of it, so it wouldn't leak. Right? I went, great. I said, how much is that? He went, 180 quid. So I went, right, okay. So I worked out a cheque for 180 quid. And I thought I would put something. So it wasn't his idea. I helped him do it,